What's up, you guys? Welcome to the last video till tomorrow for Baddies East recap. Yes, till tomorrow. So we're going to get into it where we left off, and let's get right into it. So Natalie, sat there. Tesheki and Krishan was still fighting. Krishan was saying she didn't like her, and Tesheki was like, regardless of what Krishan does, because she kind of figured out that Natalie didn't have a problem with her. That no matter what Krishan does, because her loyalty is to Krishan and not towards Natalie. So Natalie was like, the funny part I liked it was Natalie saying, I love your city. You put money in your city. I love it. And now she wanted to ignore Krishan. She would do the La La Lifetime. Krishan was talking, and Krishan was like, you say you like our city, but you gonna stand up and get it or not? Like, what's up? So Krishan was throwing things and intimidating her. No, she wasn't going to fight. So it ended because security ended it and they sent them to the house. Now, this house is way better than the house that Natalie, Scotty, Rolly, and T was living in. This house is much huger. From what I'm hearing, it has 9 rooms. So all the girls that was in the second sprinter went to the other house. Now, this house looked it better. Now, a lot of people was like, oh, I'm staying in Washington house. And we're fine with the house. But when Anna Mac seen that dungeon, she was like, oh my God, it's a dungeon. Child. But the house is much better. It looks more welcoming. So they had a basement. And we're going to get into the basement. But the house looks more put together, looks more up to date. It looked like whoever owns it in the government made sure they updated the houses. So in the basement, there are 2 beds. Those you see there. And you can tell it's updated with furniture and everything. It's a bedroom, 2 beds, and it's a bathroom. So the girls walked through and picked their room. Camilla picked her room upstairs with a bath, and she was like, I want to lay down, but I got to take a shower first, and I don't want to, a lot of people say if you dirty that one, do all that. So Anna found her room, which was up in the attic with the bathrooms, and you could tell that it's up to date because the attic has closet, room, bathroom, it's like a whole bedroom. I think some of the other girls stayed downstairs. Now, Scotty, Rolly, and Natalie went out. Well, Vicky did not. Miss T, I think they said Miss T went to the other house, or she just didn't go out that night. I don't think she went out that night. That's what it was. She wasn't going out. She was pretty tired. She wasn't feeling well. And then in the other sprinter, you have, Camilla, Tesheki, Anna Mac, Krishan. Well, Vicky didn't go. So it was everybody there. And they were, getting their hair and makeup done. So Tesheki called and was asking about the girl AJ and Tay Tay and where they were. And, they were playing around. And, now we understand why Tesheki tried to play it off with AJ and Krishan, because Krishan made it seem like a fake beef that AJ and her had, which they did not have at all. So they get to arguing, and they started saying things. Then we went back to just Scotty, Natalie, and Rolly, and they were deciding who was going to sing the songs. So they didn't want Tesheki to say anything. So Rolly was like, she felt like Syra and Mariah Lynn should go first. And Scotty was like, no, I think it should be you, then Mariah Lynn, and it kind of bounced around. So they went back to the sprinter. So Tesheki and Krishan were arguing, and Krishan just basically saying, you don't have my back, you a B, you this and that, X, Y, and Z. And she was like, what are you talking about? You keep doing this dumb stuff. Because Krishan felt like she famous, she could do that. So Krishan would get off the bus. And Tesheki was like, you know what, if you want to print it, I will be behind. So Krishan wanted to get off the bus, and that's when somebody threw an egg. Now, a lot of people were saying that because Tesheki called people. No. Maryland don't like Washington. Washington don't like Maryland. They don't. And Tesheki already know how to handle because she really moved with the crowd. So Sky was like, all that going on, you know, they sisters, they need to love on each other and did it. So soon as they got off, Tesheki made sure that nobody did anything because mostly there was some people from Maryland. I'm going to put it to you like this. I don't think it's a lot of people from Maryland, Washington that like Krishan. They like them song, but they don't like her. So everybody arrived and everything, and as everything going on, Krishan was performing. Natalie didn't get on stage because she felt like her sister and Tesheki family were, you know, go start some mess. So she was like, no, I'm going to go back to my sprinter. I'm going to let them have fun. Y'all want to make this her show, make it this her show. So then, you know, Rolly performed her song. She did a good job. But Rolly felt like the crowd was mid. So she did the performance as well. And this is the first time I seen Rolly leave. Rolly left because Rolly felt like they were more targeting than supporting. And understand, but y'all gotta understand, y'all got somebody from Maryland they really don't rock with. So then you had Mariah Lynn. Now Mariah Lynn got the crowd jumping with her song. Then she did her new song. You know, she did a little twerk, honey. Everybody was like, oh, okay, Mariah Lynn. She did a thing, had fun. And then T did her song. So as everybody was leaving, T was getting ready to do her song. And then she realized, her and Scotty started to realize it's just her. I think Sky was leaving because Q was telling him to leave. Just T, Scotty, and DJ Scott. So, you know, it was just them, and she's doing her big one. She performing a song, shaking her butt, having fun. Her and Scotty just turning up. But they started to notice that everybody was leaving and going to the car, and they was trying to figure out what was really going on. Like, okay, everybody going to the car. So security was like, hey, y'all got to leave, and they all left. Now, in the midst of leaving, they said cameras were down to take place on one of the sprinters between Tesheki and two of Krishan's friends, her lap dolls, Marsh and Janet. Marsh and Janet now got a bad rep. Nobody liked them. They feel like they're jumpers. But why Marsh songs are better than Krishan? We'll get into that another time. So once the camera is down, there's a little clip right there. You can see that they were trying to help break it up, but Marsh and Janet jumped on Tesheki. Now, word on the curve, they said Tesheki said that she was going to fight Krishan pregnant. And then Tesheki said, regardless, I'm not going to touch her. I don't think that, but I think because Krishan said jump and fight her, they did it. And Camilla also said, yeah, it was told for them to they just started jumping her, and it was told them for them to jump her. And she was trying to understand, why would you let them jump her? That's your sister, which I agree. And a lot of people was like, well, she tried to, no, you don't get them out to jump your sister. So Tesheki's upset. She was like, F them, F Krishan, she a pussy. And Krishan sat back there like she ain't do nothing once the camera came back on. And once they got Marsh and Janet off, she told them they weren't Malones and ain't nothing they can do. If she wanted to fight her once the baby was born, it's up. And so Janet was like, I just want to know why she was she can't talk right. I'm sorry, y'all. Janet can't talk. Janet taught something. Janet was in slow classes. Either Janet high and she don't understand what she's saying, or she just high and lost. Janet and Marsh can't talk to me. They yuck mouth. So, you know, Tesheki was upset with Krishan. So she basically, they tried to say, okay, here's the thing. What I saw was Tesheki didn't get in Krishan's face at all. She just asked, like, why would you have them jump me? And then she spit on her. Now, that was wrong. That's nasty. But she did treat them like trash. That was fucked up. That was messed up. I don't care what me and my sister go through. You're not finna touch my sister. Me and you can go all day. My sister, no. So Krishan get off the bus and was like, no, I called them. You was going to do this and that to me. And all this and that. So it was a lot of chaos, and there was a lot of people that support and know of them. Like I said, if you guys are from Maryland and Washington, y'all know they're right near around the corner. Ain't no across the street, right? Ain't no down the street. So Krishan got off the sprinter, and she had to go into another one. And one of the producers was like, you need to sit down, like, ain't nobody gonna harm you. You need to have a seat and chill out. She was like, I don't want to be where we need to drive, we need to go. He was like, no, you need to sit down. So in the midst of that, I don't know who this guy was trying to fight the security guard. The security guard like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to go for that. And he was like, why y'all doing all that? Why y'all doing all that? No, F that. I don't know who this loser was. So Tesheki sat here and she was like, it hurt her because that's her sister and that's something she'll never do. She'll fight for her sister, but she not going to fight no weak heifers, like no girls who don't want to fight. And I agree. Person tell you they don't want to fight, they don't want to fight. Let it go. And that's Krishan's problem. And that's something she need to be careful because people not fighting no more. And I'm going to just leave it like that. And them two can't help her. So it's the next morning. Krishan basically talked to her friends about it, and Marsh calls Tesheki a weird ass B. And basically saying, well, we need to figure out what we're going to do with her. Like, if they don't make up, it's going to be a one, like, she's not going to get beat up. So Janet was like, it was wrong. They was hearing stuff. And the way she says sister, was like, sister. Her and her sister. Like, girl, shut up. So Krishan was like, F Tesheki, it is what it is. But she do let it be known that Tesheki does want her one-on-one with them. And that eventually at some point, they're going to have their one-on-one at some point. So then we go into the house where it's Rolly. And I guess it's where they're getting ready to go after they had a great night. Is Rolly and Smiley. So Rolly and Smiley are talking. They talking about what happened. They saying they don't agree. And they feel like Tesheki should get her one-on-one with the minions. And I agree. And Rolly was like, it's something about Smiley that she is a little psycho, but she can't put her finger on it, but she gonna put her finger on it and figure it out. She says, I like Smiley, but it's just something off. Like, I can't take that something is off. And then they discussed the house, and they was like, so Smiley told Rolly, it's 9 bedrooms over there. And Rolly was like, why we just won't stay with her? She said, Dad, I don't know. She said, but I'm going to mind my business on it. She was like, yeah, Rolly, Smiley went inside. So then Tesheki went to go see Mariah Lynn, and they discussed that night about what happened. And Mariah Lynn basically told her, I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to talk to Natalie because I feel like the beef between Tesheki feel like the beef, her and Mariah Lynn feel like the beef between Natalie and Tesheki is because of Krishan, and Krishan instigated that situation. And everybody agreed because they feel like you told that girl to fight for you and then you switch up. So Mariah Lynn was like, my little sister not here and I'm going to fight for her because in that jumping, I'm not going to play that regardless of the fact. That's not cool. Now, Mariah Lynn from New York. Y'all got to put 2 and 2 together with the East Coast. East Coast don't got no problem jumping and fighting if somebody else jump. The same thing with LA. So y'all put 2 and 2 together now. So, Tesheki and Mariah Lynn gave each other a hug. And they became supportive and became friends. And I think that's how their friendship started. But like I'm telling y'all, this East Coast and the West Coast girls, y'all know the jumping, they don't play. It's a lot of that. But anyway, so Natalie, Scotty, T, and Miss Vicky sit down. Now, Miss Vicky was very opinionated, and I agree with what Vicky said. So Natalie and Anna was talking about what happened that night. They told T and Vicky, and they was like, y'all got to come out tonight, this and that. And they was like, cool. So when they got the word on what happened, they was like, that's messed up. And Vicky said something that I agree upon. And they was like, she's a Christian and Krishan a Christian, love Jesus too. She said, you don't love Jesus by getting your sister jumped out in the streets fighting and doing all that. That's not loving Jesus and what you're doing, and that's true. And the thing, that's what I was saying. A lot of people say it's okay for Krishan to act the way she act because it's entertaining. But Vicky is really showing how a Christian act like. And Natalie told her the Christians can be fake. And that's true. But I feel like Krishan only use her religion only when it benefits her. And Vicky, to me, is really trying. And if people realize, I remember growing up hearing when someone told me, when you get ready to walk with God, all your bad stuff will come up with what you did, but it's up to you to forgive it and move on and ask for forgiveness from the people that you hurt. And I see that, well, Vicky is trying. But then she did try to do this for a check. And then she got to take that karma and accept the regret of that lesson from God to say that's not for you. So, yeah. Now, when we go into the other house, they meet up in the kitchen for breakfast. It's Camilla, Anna Mac, Sky, and Sarah. So they all talked about what happened, and Sky didn't like the jumping. Nobody liked the thing with the 2 minions jumping. Nobody did. So everybody was like, they hope that they get their one-on-one. And Camilla said she gonna pray for their sisterhood. And Sky was like, yeah, I agree, because that was just too much. So before they get ready to go out, Mariah Lynn pop up on Natalie at the other house, and they talking, and they talk about Tesheki. And she was like, does she still want to fight me? And she was like, no. And then you realized that Rock was the problem. But she broke it down to her about everything. And they had a conversation. So they was like, well, we don't know what's going to transpire. So, Natalie asked her, where was she? And Mariah said she had some things to take care of in New York. With, I think it was an event that Trina had and she got invited to. But anyway, and, they had a conversation. She asked, well, what shoes you going to wear? So Mariah was like, I'm just going to wear tennis shoes and get cute because I don't know what's going to happen. Nat was like, I'm wearing tennis shoes too because ain't no telling what's going to happen with these girls. Like, ain't no telling what's going to go down because I'm not wearing heels. And Mariah was like, I ain't wearing heels either. And, Natalie agreed with her about the jumping thing, that it was a cool. So as they're having a conversation, Biggie called. And Biggie started to be like a Sydney Star. And this is what I mean by Biggie should stop kissing butt. Biggie called and was like, she got her 9 bags. She gonna pull up. She's ready to be. She drove 9 hours. She got 9 suitcases. She ready to pull up and be a part of the Bad Girls Club again. The Baddies team again. And, Riley was like, I got to hear Biggie deep for himself all the time and deal with these girls. And deal with Krishan, friends who snort around the world. Like, she was going crazy. The girls who do coke around the world, every which went away. And then on top of that, you got to deal with Biggie. So Biggie was like, Natalie was like, she going to talk to other girls, see how they feel, if they want her to come back. And if she comes back, it's fine. She want to go through the girls and everything. And she called her Sydney 2.0. So then the other girls from the other house get on the sprinter. Except, I think Smiley was already there. Smiley was already there. Except for Krishan and Tesheki. Tesheki was already there. Krishan ain't pull up. So they all, and it's Anna birthday. So they all trying to figure out what they're going for. And they like, we at the house, what's going on? They see Tesheki's not even dressed, but she got her makeup on, her hair tied, t-shirt on, sweat, waist trainer, and some shorts and sneakers on. So Tesheki's ready to fight. Tesheki was like, let's go. So Natalie came out and told the girls that she was going to get her one-on-one with them because it's deserving and it's not fair that they jumped her. And I agree. So her and Natalie talked it out, and Miss T talking about mosquitoes bite, and they all was outside in the grass, and they club closed. They trying to figure out what's going on, but a lot of people was happy about it. Her and Natalie talked it out, hugged it out. Natalie told her, she said, your sister is a lot, and I know she a lot to deal with because I'd have to deal with her. She said, your sister is a lot to deal with. And Tesheki agreed because the fame got into Krishan's head so much that she feel like she gave everybody that's on that show a platform. Krishan, nobody knew who you was and didn't care to know. And that's why I say Broly got to stop sticking up for her. So Krishan and her minions thing 1 and 2 showed up in matching outfits, child, and all that, like they're going to do something. And what interested me was Marsh's hands. I'm going to tell you how I know she was going to get beat up. Her set ain't secure. She's too high and too sluggish. She wasn't sober. Substance, don't fight with substance, y'all. If you ain't drinking don't do it either. I'm going to tell you why. We're going to get into that. So, they pull up and Natalie calls them corny because they all had on the same outfits. And my thing is, you don't fight. Like my friends know, don't fight don't do all that. I don't need you to fight nothing. That's between me and my sister. So, Tesheki did the call because she ready to fight. And she did a call and she was like, where they at? Let's go. She was like, I'm ready to get dressed, go to the club. I ain't got time. Let's go. So Tesheki's set is ready for her. Like, you see her set. But what the hell is Marge doing? And then your sister got nerve to say, but my sister, and your sister can't fight. Your sister ain't got no set. That set is whack. I could take her to a place called Nine, one of the boxing weight, y'all know what I'm talking about, or Octopus, where they go boxing weight classes. They would tell her set is horrible, and that's why she got beat up. So, they go into the set. She say, I'm going to teach you a little bit. I'm going to teach you. And they start fighting. Marge tried to get her, but Tesheki was holding it and hitting her, knocking her, and punching her. And guess what? That's all we got. All we know is they were punching and getting at it, y'all. We seen that. It looked like Tesheki was about to fall, but she got it and she was getting her. And I'm like, oh, snap, she tearing her up. And that's where it left us at.
Repeat itself. Move it along, bring it across.
I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section. We'll be back with episode 5 tomorrow. And I'll be discussing Mr. and Mrs. LaTruth again. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and enjoy your weekend. Good night.